manage their way around the gorge and invite Nongshim, or kind of force Nongshim into team fights. Because if you look at the combination on the side of Nova here, one real engine, one unbridled outburst, one truth mantra, you're gone. There is no team fight to be had.
Yep. Exactly. It's all part of that setup, right? So let's see what they can do here for the side of Nova Esports, try to reclaim their glory, because they don't want to lose another game, right? They don't want Nongshim RedForce to be the team that took them to a 2-2 here, potentially get them to a match point takedown here as well. But 3 men being committed into the mid lane, so both of these two teams looking to try and just get that quick succession there. But it looks like the wave clear is going to be a lot more faster onto the side of Nongshim thanks to Illusion.
All right, that's great for the side. Oh, hang on, Rattel, what is happening?
Uh-oh, he's getting a little bit caught in the sauce there. Chuan, I mean, Siri also very low as well. Even though he has that kind of recently increased attack range, he's still getting caught out here.
Yeah, and this is why the team fight matters, right? Nova definitely has a team fight prowess in comparison to Nongshim, especially at the start of the game. Both teams have already expended quite a bit of these sprite link usages, which means now it's going to be an honest fight. Series so low here.
Very low indeed, Siri. I mean, he probably has to play this one pretty close to the chest, but I mean, good thing he doesn't need to go back to the fountain. He obviously does have the heals coming here from Namu, but it's not going to quite be as sustainable in the long run. He has to kind of get out of there unless Haku and Illusion can alleviate this pressure now.
Alright, so this is the challenge of the ganks, right? Kongling coming in with Xuan on the top side to make life difficult for Rattel. Meanwhile, the bot side, damage has been done. Nongshim already has that initial rotation, buying time and space for Siri to go back and get the heals in.
Siri does get to go back now, get those heals, look to try and get a little bit more of a healthier positioning down to the bot side here as well. But once again, we're just seeing that fight into the mid lane. The pick off for Xuan as well as Wendy. Beautiful display here for the side of Nova Esports. But this is what we're talking about in the draft, right? Like if you get one Ru Engine, if you get one Unbridled Outburst, or even the Truth Mantra, it's pretty much good night Irene.
Yep, and it's serving them on a plate, right? Xuan at this point, it doesn't matter. He should be able to hold his own against Rattel for the time being. Doesn't have to trade too much at this point. But giving first blood to the hands of Kongling is already a big deficit, because both Kongling and Haku's picks, they are snowball maximized potential.
Exactly, and the fact that like Kongling has been able to kind of like out XP the Haku for now is very scary. Like that's something you want to try and curtail as early as possible if you're Nongshim RedForce. But it looks like there's going to be no signs of stopping right now for the side of Nova. They're still ahead by around about 1k gold for now, as they kind of slowly approaching that 4-minute mark here. Maybe potentially even looking to contest this Azure goal. They don't want to commit too much. They don't want to lose too much, because it's getting very close to the neutral objectives.
Yeah, less than 60 seconds away, right? That's actually a pretty tight timeline. And one of the things you need to pay attention to is also, for our viewers here, take a look at what Wendy is doing. It's a very simple move, but just stepping to the jungle of Nongshim now shows what is possible. What is possible indeed, but it's going to be that Feather Storm that's going to really keep them away there for the side of Nova Esports. So they had to kind of split apart, but they were able to still get that the boar camp here for themselves. But I think the one thing we didn't touch on as well, the good thing about the private ear, the Fang as well, is that second skill. That second skill, if timed correctly, can do exactly the same as the Woodland Ranger, right? You can dodge out and mitigate that damage coming from Muchi. Well, we will see, right? I think the main decider here is when Waypit uses his ultimate, Rattel forced to use the flash. This is not good. 4 minutes is here. First objective will spawn. Yep, flash gun first in the 4-minute mark here for the side of Nongshim RedForce is Rattel. Rattel's actually having the best and spiciest of games for this time around, but I mean, he is more of a late game hero this time. But the untargetable comes through here for the side of Nongshim RedForce, but it's going to be Haku looking pretty low. They're looking for a way in, but it's going to be Xuan getting the pick off here onto the Illusion, and now it's going to be the Infinite Rebast come back down, but double kill going over to Clash Lane of Nova Esports. Maybe not look to go for the Tyrant just yet, look to go for that T1 into the mid lane. And there we have it. This is the win condition of Nova, right? Making sure that you get that initial setup. And that setup is, very flexible. It doesn't have to be Wendy to use that real engine to start the fight. It could also be Waypit. It could be Xuan as well. And right now, Nova have found that opening. One single decision. They now lead 3 kills to nothing. They take the T1 in the mid. They have the Tyrant on hand as well. Nongshim, no answers.
They don't have any answers for now, right? But I mean, this is kind of like the same MO they've been going for this series, right? Like they've definitely not always had the quickest answers to the most vital questions from Nova Esports, but they have responded in like, so maybe there is still hope here for Nongshim RedForce.
I really like this play by Waypit. It's not the biggest play, right? But very simple things like number one, getting information on the position of the Nongshim members. Number two, building up his passive bar. Once again, Waypit does have his ultimate. Yeah. So they have that combination available again, right? Once Waypit lands a big Unbridled Outburst, Nova can take a huge team fight. Xuan also has his ultimate. He's going to TP down. This is big for them.
It is huge for them. Rattel doing a lot of damage here as well, especially aided by that Featherstorm from the very far distance. Vicariously living through his teammates, but Haku getting caught out onto the back line here. Wendy looking pretty low, but it's going to be that Stampede that gets him locked down. Haku gets taken down beautifully here, but Rattel, he dives a little bit too lost into the source here as well. Nova currently up 5-0 in terms of the kills and looking for more from Nongshim.
Nova knows how to fight. This is one of the strongest points of Nova, right? It's not just the macro game, they're really good at that, but having a team fight composition and, you know, getting into the appropriate spaces as well, they shut down every angle of a comeback from the side of Nongshim.
Red team has destroyed a tower.
They do. I mean, they got it right. Like, they don't want to allow what happened in game number 3, because that's exactly the reason why Nongshim was able to get that game point from them, is the fact that
again
they saw the gaps, they took them, but now Schwab into the backline gets a double hit out of the Truth Mantra, but able to not claim any kills just yet. Is going to be Nongshim basically keeping themselves and saving grace here. Rattel as well as Haku look all pretty low.
Yeah, this is a difficult fight for the side of Nongshim, right? Because they actually have heroes that are pretty much one-time usage. Siri, the moment his first skill, Target Sider, is used, he doesn't have that burst, and oh no!
Yep, speaking of burst here, it's going to be taking a lot of burst from Namu, but Namu is actually used and exhausted that ultimate as well. So yes, able to keep himself alive for the initial attack, but now we know that Unending Sorrow is off the cooldown.
This is really hard to play because the short cooldown skills available on the side of Nongshim don't do as much damage as comparison to Nova here, right? Muji is already pretty far ahead in terms of itemization. He already has a tankiness of the Frost Guard Embrace, additional frost damage every time he uses a skill, the slow as well, and he has physical pierce with that Axe of Torment. Meanwhile, it's kind of a different story for the side of Nongshim. For Siri, he does not have the same kind of farm.
Doesn't have the same kind of farm at all, right? Like 4.62, just under 5.6k here for the side of Muchi. And I mean, Muchi's definitely going to be packing a lot more of a punch into these team fights. Because like you say, once you use Siri's first skill, right? Like, and you don't able to get the proc, that burst damage by getting those 4 consecutive hits onto
nice catch.
Desired Hero. But the hits there, it does land onto Namu, does land onto Siri's, able to use that second skill to kind of bait out of the Unbridled Outburst. But still very detrimental here for the side of Nongshim RedForce. It means that they're able to keep continuing to put this pressure into the mid lane, into the bot side of the map as well.
Yep, Nova just not allowing them to get the split push going. They're forcing them to take these small fights.
Oh, speaking of small fights, there's going to be that catch onto the backline. Rattel gets a pick up onto Wendy. Can they get a little bit more? Muchi does have the impetus so he can get out alive, but double kill. So impressive here from Pan Ling as they have Siri and Rattel on the retreat, and that is a team ace. Ladies and gentlemen, they drop the first kill onto the side of Nova, but Nova takes them all.
Oh, big win for the side of Nova, and this is why they're so strong. The moment the first one to twitch will be the first one to fall, because you have no more options left to use as a defense, and Nova should end this game here.
They do end the game here. I mean, it looks like they're going to try for a bit of a saving grace there, but Haku knows it's a little bit too late. They got the desired victory. They made the Giant bleed, but the Giant got back up and smited down Nongshim for now.
So both, at this point, Nova has shown that yes, you can kind of put in a sucker punch every once in a while, but overall, in the long game, we still win. The bigger picture is Nova is still one of the most feared and strongest teams in KIS number 4.
Exactly so. I mean, Nova still shining bright, as they are obviously aptly named here, Nova Esports. They do burn bright, and burning fast is what they are doing in Season 4 Invitational. They obviously secure themselves as the top place of their respective group as well. Nova Esports, obviously they did lose that one round, but they got so much more from that one, so they do find themselves